Well, what do you do when on your main recording day, your two key lights conk off and your recording crew just report sick? Well, you don't stop, you continue. And here I am, one man army, trying to bring out the video to you from my workstation. I think it's better than nothing. And in this effort, my wife Sumit is helping me behind the camera because there has to be somebody who's to turn it off and on. And she's not a photographer, she's never touched the camera in her life, and here she is. Welcome to Exploring Light. My name is Jasdeep Roy. In the second episode of Raw Unboxed, I am taking up a question from Namrata Vedi. Long time back, she had asked me one very important question, and that I continue to getting asked from many of you, is that what should you do to become a professional photographer? What steps you should be taking to become a professional photographer? Well, before we really get on to explaining what you should do to become a professional photographer, let me first share what not to do to become a professional photographer. Well, you will certainly not become a professional photographer by just posting one image, clicking one image and posting it on Instagram and waiting endlessly to get more likes, maybe even sponsoring that post to get more likes, buying your Instagram followers and whatnot. That will not help you become a professional photographer. Another aspect, you will not become a professional photographer by keeping your profile names on your social media as some weird names. For example, Bahut Badhiya Photographer, Photographer Gunda, Photographer Ladka, Photographer Chora, I don't know what all. I am Jasdeep Roy. I would like that the entire world knows me by my name. That's it. I will also not become a professional photographer or a good photographer by nitpicking on the work of other photographers. Now, where is he doing wrong? How is he doing wrong? How is it going to help you? Why shouldn't I be bothered about what I am doing wrong and improving upon it? Spending more time on improving, finding faults with myself, my own work, and trying to improve upon that. And you will also not become a professional photographer if you're jealous of others' works and if you really get intimidated by in the wrong way by people around you, your peers really scaling new heights and achieving good success. You will certainly not become a professional photographer doing that. And there's another interesting aspect of photographer today is a new name which is called influencer. Most people don't even know that whether they want to become an influencer or a photographer. So decide first. Because if I'm a good photographer, then I can have brands approaching me to become an influencer as well. Whereas if I'm not a good photographer, but I have a good fan following, I can have a situation where brands do approach me to endorse them, but it will not be long lasting because my photography skills are not going to be there. So what is the most important aspect of becoming a good photographer or a professional photographer? Well, I think it's work. It's your work. Your work must be noticeable. Your work must speak for itself. Let me give you an example. Some of you might be doing a job right now, or might have done the job, or might be in a job sometime in past, or even if you are in a business. The only way you can survive your job or continue to grow in your job is through your hard work and good work. The day you stop doing that, I'm sorry, the day you're going to get kicked out of your company and you will end out going into finding another job. Photography is no different. It is about your ability to create wonderful pictures and consistency and persistency with which you continue to do that. In fact, it is the most important aspect of you being recognized as a photographer and gaining your position or finding your space or creating your space in this already crowded professional photographers market. You might be a very good individual with your marketing skills. You might have lot of fan following, lot of followers in your peer group. That might even help you gain maybe a couple of assignments to begin with, but it's not going to help you in long run. The only way you can be a horse of the long race is to improve your photography and continue to produce wonderful top notch pictures. Now the next immediate thought is, how do you create those wonderful images? Now let me break your heart here, at least of a few of you. It is not easy. It is certainly not easy. It will take lot of hard work and perseverance at your end to continue to improve your quality of images, your skill levels, and continue to produce wonderful pictures and images. That's the only way out. There is no shortcut to hard work. If you are unable to create that, I am sorry, it is not going to work. Let us say a singer, and ask any singer who continues to sing well, has he practiced only once some years back and he is able to sing the moment he picks up his mic? I am sorry, no. His answer will be no. He does daily riyaz, daily practice. What about you? What about me? Do we do that? Until unless we continue to do that, we are not going to improve in our photography. The first step in your journey towards becoming a professional photographer is to acquire an appropriate gear. Let us say you want to become a wildlife photographer and you end up buying a lens which is, let's say, 16-35. It's not going to help you. So go stand in front of the mirror, ask yourself a question: what is that you want to pursue as a genre of photography? Because then you will be asking your inner conscious, your inner call of a photographer. You are not getting influenced by the people whom you follow, whom you are influenced with. So this way you would have gotten the answer, and now you go out and start acquiring camera and lens, not the whole lot of it. Maybe begin with one camera and one lens, appropriate lens, and then start your journey. The second step in this entire journey is learning. Join a course, join a workshop, attend a workshop, pick up any online course content, browse through that content, whatever suits you, whatever you feel is important for you, learn that. Now implement those learnings in field while you are shooting, because nothing can really replace that learning which will help you create your niche in the market, which will help you improve your photography skills. There are no shortcuts to success. There is nothing called instant gratification. It's not going to happen. You have to do lot of riyaz here, lot of practice day in and day out. That is the only way that you will improve in your photography skills and you will start creating wonderful images. In this journey of learning photography, do not underestimate the power of learning post-processing. I've seen many photographers try and skip this important aspect of photography, but believe me, if you really want to become a good photographer, if you really want to become a professional photographer, you have to learn the art of post-processing. There are no shortcuts, nothing. You have to do it, period. Next is try and stay creative. Think out of the box. Do not confine yourself to old style of shooting your images. Let's say you have already improved as a photographer and you have developed a certain skill set of creating one kind of images, let's say portraits. So you continue to shoot portraits with black as a background and side light and similar images. After some time, they will start looking very common. They will become cliche. Remember, if a prospective client does not see that creativity, that wider perspective that you use in creating your images, he is not going to come to you. It's as simple as that. Now, let us say you have already created your niche as a photographer. You have already improved as a photographer. So what is the next step? You've already created the portfolio. of images pertaining to your genre. Now, what is the next step? The next step is marketing yourself, because until unless you really reach out to the people who are looking for photographers from your genre, you are not going to get the work, because people will not suddenly in their dreams get to know that, oh, so there is somebody, Jassi Oberoi, living in Faridabad, and I can hire him to come to Bangkok or come to Singapore, wherever my client is. That's not going to happen. That's wishful thinking. You'll have to work hard. Now, the most common aspects of marketing in today's age is digital marketing. So, having a website, putting all the images as a portfolio on your website, and somehow directing people to your website. Now, when everybody else is doing that, your entire competition is doing that, how about thinking differently? How about doing something which is different from what the others are doing? Okay. How about leaving a printed brochure, a catalog of your images with your client once you come back? Now, let me tell you the impact that it will create. While everybody else competing with you for that particular order is going to leave only the website address with them, you will be the one who will be leaving a brochure, printed, hard, touch and feel kind of brochure, wonderful looking, high quality brochure that will stay on his table, that will be etched in his memory. Chances are high that he is going to call you just because of that brochure. If you do this, I think you are home. But are we missing something? I think yes. One big distraction. What is that? Social media, Instagram, Facebook. I touched upon it in the beginning. Let me elaborate on that. No. Don't take me wrong. I'm not against them, because I also use them very, very extensively. In fact, every big photographer does that, but to their advantage. I do that to my advantage. I do that after I create my images. Now, don't get stuck in the social media rut. What is that? That getting onto social media even before you have created a set of images. Remember, social media is for marketing yourself and your content. You are there, but your content is missing. I'm sorry, you are wasting time, you are fooling yourself. There are no shortcuts. There are absolutely no shortcuts or alternative to spending time in the field with your client, for your client, creating wonderful images, because that is what is going to give you future work. Yes, after that, come to social media, use it to your advantage, and bingo, you're there. And one last tip before we really wind up is that don't overdo, don't overkill. Give yourself time, give yourself space. Remember, Rome was not built in a day. Let me repeat, it's not an instant gratification. You're not cooking 2 minutes noodles. You're trying to create something which is going to give you work for your lifetime, and keep moving at your steady pace. I hope you really liked this video and enjoyed it. And if you really want us to create such wonderful videos for you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and do write the comments on how did you like the video and what kind of questions do you want me to answer in the next episode of Raw Unboxed. Also, do comment with whatever kind of videos that you want us to create for you. Until next time, keep rocking, keep inspiring, keep creating wonderful images. Bye for now.